I promised that I will be in Bahrain on the 24th of May, Friday. The location has been fixed. It's Hotel Rami Grand, opposite to Seif Mall. Those desirous of meeting me in Bahrain can contact my team at the WhatsApp number given below or drop an email at the email address given below. See you in Bahrain on the 24th of May.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. Today I want to talk about Tata Motors and Tata Motors DVR and the news that it made. I thought it would be of interest to you. And so before it actually comes to fruition, what it is, for those of you who have not seen it, who've managed to see this now, maybe consider this as an opportunity to maybe look into this arbitrage. Arbitrage is seeing inefficiencies in the market or seeing opportunities in the market where there's a price difference. In that price difference, the investor makes a profit. That's what basically an arbitrage is. And Tata Motors has two types of shares. One is the DVR and the other is the Tata Motors ordinary share. So that is known as the A ordinary share. So the DVR is a discounted share because it doesn't have voting rights, but it has the same dividends as a main share. So this was initially floated to include more people into the Tata Motors family and also raise some capital. There's other reasons which we don't need to get into. What is happening is now these DVRs, when they were given at the time, they were always told by Tata Motors. Eventually, these DVRs will be converted into an ordinary share later on, many years ago when it was done. So finally, it has come to time to do this conversion. And they had sent out a request to all the shareholders of the ordinary shares. Can we go ahead and do this scheme? Are you in favor of it? An overwhelming 99.81% of shareholders have come back and voted in favor of this scheme. So the conversion details for this DVR is very simple. If you hold 10 DVR shares, those will be extinguished and you will receive 7 ordinary A class shares. So for every 10 DVR shares, you will receive 7 ordinary shares for every 10 DVR shares. So if you hold 10 DVR shares, you will be equated to 7 ordinary shares, and those 10 shares, DVRs will be extinguished. So let's say you don't have a round number. That means, let's say you don't own a 30 or a 40 or whatever the ratio is, this ratio calculation is, you will receive so many ordinary shares and the rest will be extinguished. Whatever cannot be converted. So once this conversion is completed, all DVR shares will become ordinary shares. There will be no more DVR shares. So what did this do? Of course, when this kind of news is there, the DVR share price has always been catching up to the ordinary share price. And this has been going on since it was launched. So historically, at one point of time, DVRs were trading less than half, then they became half, and they've been crawling and inching closer and closer to the share price. So as of market was closing yesterday, Tata Motors was trading at 1,013.8 and the DVR was at 684.55. Despite this conversion being there, Tata DVR is trading at a 3.7% discount to the ordinary share. That means if I buy 10 DVR shares and I take the conversion of 7 and still have an arbitrage, I can still make a profit of 3.7%. The market still hasn't become efficient, as we say, and close that gap so that it's still there. So what is the reason behind this? We all know the DVR, we know the arbitrage. Why is this simply being done by Tata Motors after all these years? What is the reason behind this? Well, the conversion is intended to simplify its capital structure by eliminating this price discrepancy between the ordinary share and the DVR share. Simplification also reduces the company's overall capital base by 4%, which is expected to be the earnings per share to an assertive for all the shareholders. So overall earnings clears up the balance sheet such that the earnings are more to the shareholders. And also main reason is this is the strategic reason for this step, for this kind of capital simplification and structural simplification is they made news a couple of months ago that they plan to delink their commercial and passenger vehicle divisions. And this is the main reason behind this decision to do this DVR step now. This termination of the DVR program is crucial for Tata Motors' strategic reorganization, including the proposed demerger of the Tata Motors into 2 separate listed companies, one being the commercial, the other being passenger, including the Jaguar Land Rover. So if they had the DVR, it would have complicated this whole process of splitting it, the 2 companies, because you have the DVR shares and you have the ordinary shares. Now the DVRs are completely extinguished and they're gone away with. Now it gets much easier to split the company for the investors and shareholders. And the mathematics behind it and getting the approvals for it gets much simpler now. So the conversion marks an end of the DVR program, which was an innovative way of raising funds for a company that allowed promoters raise capital without diluting their voting powers. That was the main reason DVRs were there. They were very popular in the US, particularly amongst these new age companies. But changing in regulations now has prevented Indian companies from issuing new DVRs. That is why you don't see it so prevalent in India anymore, because there's been change in the regulations in India. So if you're wondering why more people are not issuing DVRs, this is a simple reason. So who are the prominent key shareholders of Tata Motors? Tata Motors, of course, has the Tata and Sons, of course, are a major shareholder. Other than that, you have LIC, Vanguard, SBI, mutual funds, the Junjunwala family, BlackRock, ICICI Prudential, and Norges Bank. So these are the main shareholders, stakeholders of Tata Motors who have joined in and voted in favor of this. So if you've been waiting for a chance, an opportunity, and you missed this Tata Motors, there's still a 3 to 4% arbitrage still there, and you can still look at it because there's still time. The dates have not really been solidified and things have not been done. It's still moving. That's how things move in this market when it comes to something regulatory and something that's changing. These things move at a snail pace, and you can actually manage to run and catch and get on the train as they show you in the movies. These trains are very slow moving. It is not as fast as trading and options scenes are. For as a value investor, you can still, and even if you're not a value investor, if you're just purely looking to make some quick money, a 4-5% arbitrage, that's not a bad thing. But do realize these things do take time. So if you're looking for this 4-5% to come immediately, it will not happen immediately. It does take its sweet time, but you will get it. But how long would it take? That may vary anywhere between 6 months this way, 6 months that way. So keep that in mind. If you're planning to lock up some capital you might require in the foreseeable future and you have a definite date where you require this capital, it might not be a wise thing to park it in a DVR arbitrage and hope that it happens soon. It may not. You're better off looking at other opportunities to park your capital which you require quickly. This is meant for capital which you will not require for the foreseeable future, so you can make this arbitrage of 3 to 4%. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you found it informative and entertaining as always, and I'll see you in the next one soon. Bye.
It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.